Hey guys, welcome back to It's a Wrap. Today we're going to talk about X-Men Days of Future Past. So we're getting excited for this movie to come up, and we feel like Bryan Singer's kind of been very vague about a lot of things. He's kind of mentioned that we don't for sure know what characters are going to be in it, or in certain roles what actors might play them, and he keeps alluding to a big surprise. Like, this is some huge movie, and there's some technology we've never seen happen before in the X-Men universe. So, I mean, we know it's shot in 3D, but what do you think this is going to be, Brad? What's the big deal?
I don't know. I feel like Bryan Singer's taking a good old page tear of the J.J. Abrams playbook of making a movie.
Confusing everyone?
Yeah, you have a cast. You don't say who you're going to put in it.
You lie.
You give it a title that no one can really understand. And
you leave the franchise and you get a better job.
Yes.
Yeah.
Oh, Erin Darling. Playbook.
Boom. Playbook.
Watch it happen.
And so I have no idea what he's up to. He's got the old cast, and then he's got the new cast. There's time travel
so
involved.
excited about that. I think that's so cool. It's like,
What are you excited about specifically?
okay, when First Class first came out, that was the movie I was looking forward to. I was like, you know what? This is going to be the quiet hit, and by far, I think was the best superhero movie that summer.
That was great.
It redefined some of the characters for us, and just overall was, I think, very positive.
What did you think about the fact that some fans argue that we got a film here that really like confuses the entire, Bible of X-Men?
Well, X-Men in the first place is very confusing. Did you ever try to watch that cartoon in the 90s?
You tried to be a comic book fan?
I couldn't.
when
I turned it on for a
the
couple
100
episodes.
came
And
out?
I don't know what to do.
No,
It's crazy.
It was absolutely absurd.
It was just endless characters. I loved it in the 80s because it was perfect for ADD. But yeah, it's really hard to keep up.
That's what gave everyone ADD in the 80s. That's how ADD was invented.
Super.
It's the new revolution. It's happening with us. Pharmaceuticals.
And I don't know, I'm excited because I think there's so much potential. Like, the first two X-Men movies I really liked. The third one, I didn't think it was as bad as people said it was. I
never saw it. I didn't give it a chance.
You didn't miss much.
Thank you.
You jumped ship after X2.
I did. I bailed. I
That's
had to be
it.
honest.
Wolverine?
This new film, this new franchise that they're doing with the old, beginnings and origins appeals to me as a limited X-Men fan. I had a couple of issues of Wolverine. I had a couple issues of X-Men. But beyond that, I didn't get into that series as much. And so I think the old franchise killed it for me. This new one is really exciting. And maybe Singer, who had great success with X2, can really bring it back together, make this franchise viable, for serious. Because not everybody loved First Class last year.
Well,
In fact,
speaking
a lot
of
people didn't.
X2, so there's been rumors about maybe an inclusion of Nightcrawler, maybe not. But he's not really saying what's going on there. What do you guys think? Is there a place for him in Days of Future Past?
I think any character that we've loved before should show up in some capacity now.
Absolutely.
If he's going to play this, let's find the positives that was good and use it in the storyline. Nightcrawler was an amazing character that we got just a small glimpse of, and we wish we had more. So it'd be great to see him in action in this one.
What about Peter Dinklage? So he's coming on board, but we don't know what he's going to play.
And he's got a big fat question mark as far as what his character is. Here's what I think. I think you got time travel, so you've got to go from one part of time to the other. Dinklage is the one heading out in the middle. He's probably some sort of tax officer. I think that's what
A
happens.
tax officer?
Yeah, I think you have to go through what is it, Crown of Thorns? Or Game of Thorns?
Game of
Oh,
Thrones?
Game of Thrones. You were trying to do a Game of Thrones.
Yeah,
Oh, I was
Sorry.
confused.
So I think you had to
I'm
go
like,
through
wait,
Game
what?
of
They were
Thrones.
referencing an X-Men thing. I was like, can't help you, buddy.
No. I think you have to go through Game of Thrones in order to go from X-Men First Class to X-Men X2.
The guy's blowing up, and he'll carry the film for sure.
Yeah.
He's got a huge fan base now.
People have been saying maybe he's going to play Puck or MODOK character or maybe Peter Trask. I mean, there's a lot of options there, but not all of them are mutants. So maybe they don't really have a place in this X-Men universe, kind of.
I think that Sentinels, I don't know if this has been said or not in the news, but I think Sentinels will actually play a huge role in this storyline because it just makes sense. You have the mutants uprise, and we've seen the amount of damage they can do in First Class. So now, okay, this is when America needs to start to make some advances against it. So then that's when you have people from the past coming, guys, stop this now. This is bad stuff. Sentinels bad. Sentinels were the giant robots that were the peacekeepers, and they would hunt
people
down.
have said that. That's another a recent rumor, actually. That he might
We
play that
haven't
part.
seen Sentinels in any of the X-Men movies. I think it is a great place to go. And it gives great reason for the old X-Men characters to kind of come back from the past. From the future, to kind of stop anything bad from happening.
But what if the surprise is he just creates a whole new X-Men?
Yeah.
Days of Future
X-Men-ception.
Past Part 2.
And
good?
And is that dangerous? If you start creating superheroes to the mythology of
You
superheroes,
can't cross the streams.
Ooh, yeah, crossing the streams is very
I think
bad.
that's from this franchise.
Very
I
bad.
think anything's possible in this movie. We're going back, we're going forward. There's all these different cast members, and I think ultimately we kind of just don't know what's going to happen.
Yeah, I think Singer's looking to see what happens with this current film too.
Which
Guess we'll
is
see.
Jack and the
Giant Slayer.
yeah, that'll do okay.
Well, Bryan Singer, if you're watching this, I just want to have a little talk with you. I want to see Gambit. Where's Gambit? If we're going to bring all the characters back for this movie, just please put Gambit in it. All right, thanks
Kitty
guys so
Pryde.
much for
Kitty
watching
Pryde.
this episode of It's a Wrap. Tell us in the comments below what you want to see in this upcoming film and where you think Bryan Singer's going to go with this whole X-Men universe. Stay tuned for more.